Welcome back. I'm Daryl Chat, and I like to chat about things. We have a doozy, guys. Okay, so we have a clear example of what sell the news is. Okay, they're going to sell you on the news of this, and it's really going to do that. So the big catalyst was supposed to be the Fed announcing the interest rates, right? That was literally happening today at 2 p.m., which by the time this uploads, it'll already be live. They said that that's a catalyst. Anytime they use the word catalyst, you mean the price is going to reduce slightly or drastically before the date. So if they say at June 12th is the day that we're doing the interest rates, that's a catalyst. So between the days of June 7th all the way up until then is when it's going to happen. So everybody, just like Doge Day, everybody was worried about Doge Day, Doge Day, Doge Day. It's going to pump. People put their money in, and 3 days before it hit, it was going good. And then on the actual day, it went the lowest it could actually go. And that's what it means to sell you the news, okay? They're going to sell you this gossip that this is what's going to happen. And that's exactly what already happened. At the time that they were talking about all these interest rates and yada, yada, yada with the Fed, hasn't even made the announcement just yet at all. The catalyst itself was enough to bring the Bitcoin from 71, almost 72, down to 66, where it's currently at right now. That's why you don't listen to the news. When everybody's getting hyped up about one thing, you do the opposite. It'll work every single time, especially with crypto. It'll work every single time, I promise you. I've watched it happen so many times, so many catalysts. We had Doge Day, we had SNL, we had, you see what I'm saying? Like all these little catalysts. We had the vid lockdown. I can't really say because I don't want to get suppressed, but you know what I'm saying? We had the lockdowns. These are all the times where it dropped. They dropped drastically. When the lockdown started, it dropped drastically. As it began and kept going, it started to go crazy, go straight through the roof, parabolic, because everybody was out spending their money on Jordans. You could have took your tax check or that the relief fund and invested it immediately, and you would have cashed out. That could have been a thing. But instead, the Jordans were too much. That car was this and that. Unless you paid bills with it or did something responsible, then it was a waste of my time and your time. Okay? I literally went to the mall and I couldn't believe how many people were there. I literally was there to get my son some clothes. That was it. That's all I was there for. And there was lines outside of every Foot Locker you could see. I was like, oh, I guess everybody got paid. And that's what they did. They dumped it all down the drain over there. This is a relief fund. They needed relief, and they're out there doing dumb stuff with it. So now you can see what's going on out here, okay? We have the catalyst, which is the Fed, which is by the time of this recording, it's not even out yet when they tell you the rates. It's almost there, right? And it's still, the price is still down. And based off this news, even if it's great news, I'm telling you this right now, even if it's fantastic news, which we know it won't be, but even if it is, it's not even set to rise back up for the next almost month from now. It still has to recover from this. You think it's going to shoot up right after this day? Oh, they announced it today. It just shoots up. No, it's not. It's not going to do that. Next 2 to 3 weeks are going to be a rough one. By the time it goes to 3 to 4 weeks is when it'll start going up again. Watch it happen. Watch it happen in real time. And when it does, I promise you, I'm getting right back on and I'm saying the same thing. I'm coming back on because I watched this happen already so many times. And you have too. You're just in denial. You're in denial right now. You're in denial. Well, it's going to do this and that has nothing to do with that. And Doge was that and blah, blah, blah. Like all of these things sound good, but the truth and reality is it's all of the same events. Anytime that they start getting all super hype about it, it's a catalyst, it's a catalyst. It's always happened before the day. So if tomorrow's a day, 3 days ago already happened, 4 days already happened, and it's diving back down. So when you decide to come back in, you're like, oh, well, I was doing this, I was going to cash out this day. You're already putting your money in. Think about it. You're putting your money in to get ready. And as you were doing that, people were ripping it right from under you. And then by the day you thought it was going to just go crazy through the sky, you're down. You're down. You're looking at it like, dang, I'm going to have to double up. Or I'm going to have to just ride it out. Or I'm going to have to just get out of the market and put it somewhere else. All of those are the wrong thing. The only thing you need to be thinking about is what's the catalyst? Okay, cool. What days it say it is? Okay, cool. I'm gonna get in 2 to 3 weeks before that day. So if today was the day, right? June 13th, let's say it was today, and today's a major day, I would be in by June 1st. June 1st, I would already be in. Boom. I would throw a bunch of money into it. Boom. There you go. June 1st would be the day. And the closer we got, I'd be really watching that I'd be watching it so close. I probably wouldn't even feel comfortable. If it's supposed to be June 13th, I probably wouldn't even feel comfortable staying until the 8th. I'd be like, dude, I feel like it's gonna, I'm gonna take it out. I would probably take it out either the 7th, 8th, or the max, very max 9th. Just because it's not like a set thing. It's not gonna say, oh, exactly 72 hours before. No, I'm just saying the past times have been 3 to 4 up to 5 days before the actual catalyst was supposed to happen, especially when it came to SNL. The SNL thing, oh my gosh, bro. The SNL thing happened quick. And here's the SNL, here's what happened before, and it never recovered. Like literally like a week before. But Doge Day was like 2 or 3 days, maybe 4 days at the max. You see what I'm saying? So these are the things. These are catalysts. Anytime that they use the word catalyst, this big event's going on. Everyone's talking about it around YouTube. That's how you know it's not time to just get in on that day. You need to get in before and then rip it out almost a week before, just to be safe. I would say just a week before, because no good news or bad news is going to push and drive this up at all. Even if they said, hey, we're going to adopt it into as our main system of cash, even that won't help you. Because why? You think that all this flooding money coming in, no, we're using it as currency. There's nothing to cash it out to. It could be worth $1 million, bajillion, gajillion dollars. But it costs X amount of dollars just think about China. China has yen. When let's say you put $1,000 into yen, go do that in your little conversion calculator, and you can see that the number's really long. Is that supposed to be like that? Is it supposed to be like that? You got 10 million yen, and that's still the same $1,000 basically. I don't know if that's true. I don't know the conversion like that. I'm just saying it's still the same thing. So if right now everybody and their mom had to get into Bitcoin, or you will not be able to pay your rent tomorrow, and everyone had to throw all their money in and convert their fiat into cryptocurrency, but we're using Bitcoin. We're not using anything else. Everyone's going to use Bitcoin. Okay, cool. So then we use Bitcoin and we transact all these transactions. They get to determine how much your Bitcoin is worth when you go to spend it, is what I'm trying to get at. So you can understand that right now, that even that wouldn't help you. So just understand that even the best news possible is not going to help you, okay? It's just not. And then let's think about that. I'm glad I used that as an example, because when you think about yen, like, wow, like they have these really long numbers for that. What do you think they're getting prepared for? For when they have to adopt crypto. They knew this a long time ago when they probably made the yen, that one day there'd be some digital data that they're going to call their currency, and it'd be easier to get to know if you already were knowing of it, basically. Like right now, there's people who know euros. Okay, I got 50 euros and that's this in American dollars. I couldn't tell you as an American what $50 regular USD would be in any country without going to a conversion calculator. And everyone I know is the same exact way. But everybody on the outside of America knows what it is to convert into here. Isn't that wild that that's common information, but it's not so common where you live? I don't know, bro. That's just a deep thinking of my brain. So we don't got to go there though. We don't got to go there. I'd love to go there, but we don't got to go there. Let's stay on task. Let's stay on Daryl chat. You better stay on task. I'm going to stay on task. Okay. So now let's get back to it. All catalysts are bad news. Even the good news is bad news for it going down. It's going to go down. As soon as you hear the word catalyst, just know that the market is going to go down. Now, it may be going up a week and a half, 2 weeks before. And that's usually what happens. But 99% of the time, the closer you are to that date, the lower the price goes. Right now, we're at 66. Just a day and a half ago, we were at 68. You see what I'm saying? Like, it was already climbing down. So once this news passes, the stench of this news passes, then we'll start to recover. I predict, now this is just me throwing a number out there. I didn't even check the chart. Not on this one. I didn't even check a chart on this one. But my prediction is we're going to get down to more like 60 to 63 before we start going back up. And yes, I want you to quote me. Get in the comment section. After hearing that right there, get in the comment section and quote me that it's going to get down to that before it starts going up. Okay? If it hits anywhere between 61 to 63, boom. Trust me, the crazy people of YouTube are going to be like, oh, I don't know what to do. Don't listen to them. They're chart readers, and I get that you do need to read charts. I'm not saying don't read a chart. I'm saying that all they do is sit there and draw doodles on their screen and tell you that this is real. They don't know. They don't know any more than anybody else can. They just see the probabilities. They see the maybes. They see it could be this, could be that. Just like I just threw out a maybe scenario, and it could be 61 to 63. I'm really good at precise guessing, so I'm pretty sure that's correct. But I don't want to like, oh, I'll bet you $50 at this. You see what I mean? I don't want to bet anything because as soon as I do that, that's when I ruin it all. So it is what it is. You can't bank on this type of thinking system that I have. But based off of what I know and feel and have seen over the years of being in it, trust me, it's going to happen. It's going to happen, guys. It's going to get a little bit worse before it gets better. Don't let them talk about all the support line and this red line touches this red line and it goes this way into a blue line and this is the trajectory. They don't know. It just looks good. It looks beautiful. I'm like, wow. Now there is a way to actually look things up. I just watched this a few days ago, and I was looking at this guy. He was breaking it down. And he literally turned his money from like I think he said $500-600 all the way up to over $1 million with these trades. And these are really sketchy trades, But his system was not sketchy at all. He had a set system, and this is how he did it, and he didn't break it for nothing. Those systems can be put in place on any level, and yes, it will work because you have a set system. So no matter what goes on, this is what I'm going to do. This is the game plan based off this data, this data, this data, and this data. This is the result every single time. Yes, I'm going to lose some, but I'm going to win more. Like it's like sitting at the blackjack table. You're sitting at a blackjack table. You're doing what you do, right? And you're sitting there. You're sitting there doing. Hopefully, that didn't get in there. Anyways, you're doing what you do, and you have this system in place to where you win more than you lose, even though the game of chance is always there. There's chance that you could just get dealt a bad hand of cards for sure. For sure, but the system doesn't break for anybody. That's why there's card counters even out there. If it was entirely impossible to do what they were doing, they couldn't teach you how to do it, and they wouldn't be doing it themselves. They'd just be going in there when they felt lucky and throwing their money on the table, and if it hits, it hits. You see what I'm saying? Now with crypto, it has a chart. At least they have charts to look at. And casinos, they don't really have charts besides what the last winning thing was on the board when it comes to roulette. Other than that, there's nothing else there. You know what I'm saying? So you can kind of be like, oh, well, 56 hit 3 times already. Maybe I should put it on 56. It'll hit again, maybe. And maybe another 30, 40 turns, it'll hit. And maybe I can win my money back or even more. But if your set system was like, hey, I'm going to do this on only this no matter what happens, depending on your system, you can win really good or you can lose really hard. So that's what it is. So understand what we got out of this lesson. What we got out of this lesson is the catalyst. No matter what catalyst comes out, it's always bad news. Remember that. Every catalyst you can think of is bad news. Take it as bad news, even if it's the worst or the best news you could hear. Take it as bad news. And when you take it as bad news, that means you're going to be cautious previously to whatever catalyst is coming up. So if it's in a few days, you're going to make sure that you're well ahead of that to cash your coins out, take your profit, things of that nature. Get ready to reinvest because those are the people who are winning. So whenever they take their money out, they can see, all right, cool, that's good. It's going down. It's doing this. Boom. Now it's hit this low point. Okay, cool. I'm going to jump back in. Now, you might be able to catch the bottom, you might be able to catch the top, or you might miss some, and it's just how the game goes. Sometimes you may miscalculate, and then you jump in at 63, and it goes down to 57. That's a lower point, but that doesn't mean just leave it there. You could double down with those situations. You could definitely double down, okay? Now, this is not financial. Look at me in my face. It's not financial advice, nor a financial suggestion. This is just me on the internet as a YouTuber yakking to a person like you, and you may or may not be listening to me and predicting and thinking that you can throw this in and do that. But I will say is catalysts are all bad. Though that's the only suggestion I would put in your head, that understand that every catalyst you can name is bad news, okay? When you think like that, you be good. Stay paranoid, baby. I'll see you on the next one, guys. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.